back to the Eli Sports Network. Tony Davila here with Noel Vasquez. About ready for game time with Ridgefield and Mark Morris in GSHL 2A action. We've done a couple of GSHL games. I think both of them were RA Long matches. We've done a Woodland match as well, so very familiar with them. We did the Ridgefield Aberdeen boys game last year, the crossover game. That was a well-played game, and Ridgefield is normally a very strong power team that is going to come in and blow by teams.
Yeah, definitely. And it's going to be, this is a game that, like I said before in the pregame show, they played each other once. It was a 2-1 score. And there's a lot on the table for both of these teams depending where they're going to place at the end of the regular season. So Mark Morris, of course, looking for something else, something to go home and talk about because, like I said, they have Washougal next, and Washougal has not won a game in league. But on the other hand, Ridgefield, they do have the toughest team in this league, which is Columbia River. Now, if you're Mark Morris, you win this one and then you beat Washougal, you're in a good spot. If you're Ridgefield and you lose this one and then lose to Columbia River, you're in a really bad spot. So that's a couple things that both teams have to think about, the goods and the bads of who they have today and who they have next.
Yeah, and Paul's over on the sideline talking to Mark Morris, coach. If Mark Morris wins this, then they are in districts. They can't be knocked out of districts. So this is a huge game for the Monarchs. Ball played down the sideline by Mark Morris early on. That is Samuel Dawkins, but he sends it out wide. Throw in by Ridgefield. They'll play it to the back line, and that will go to Cole Wagner. Wagner looks to play it forward, and that'll go out of bounds off of the Monarchs. Goalkeeper for Mark Morris is Eric Flores. For Ridgefield, Josh Lindbow does get the start. We were talking to the announcers before the game, and they were saying that he played a game early on and got a knee to the head a couple of games ago, and right above the eye needed stitches. This is his first game back playing as a starter for Ridgefield, so that's a huge bonus for them. He has been here for a while for Ridgefield.
Yeah, and Richfield's always, like you said, a pretty well around team. They're pretty solid in every position that
Shot from
they have. So it's gonna see if the couple days that the goalkeeper took off are gonna affect them later on. But if everything just looks right for them, this should be a game that they should just take, especially here at home.
Mark Morris plays one long down the far sideline. Intended target is Spencer Hall. Hall couldn't run it down. Coming away with the ball is Riley Abrams for the Spudders. Lindbow will come out of the box, or will come up to the top of the box, pick the ball up. And Lindbow will get things started. Goes towards the near sideline, cut off. In the middle of the field is Gullickson. Ball played out of bounds. Throw in coming for Ridgefield. Vossenkuhl throws in down the far sideline, leads his man in Osborne. Osborne playback gets it to Drew Williams. Williams tried to play it in and keeping it out of there. Eric Flores, the keeper for Mark Morris, picks it up along the line. Flores, big drop kick. Flicked forward by Jacob Neal. No, that's not Jacob Neal. Wrong team. Scott Matthews, that is. Matthews tried to play it up. Picked up by Lindbow. And his drop kick goes to midfield. Lots of hand fighting on the far side. Header sent forward, but it'll be a foul called on Riley Abrams. Free kick coming. Taking it for the Monarchs will be Max Dawkins. Everybody backs up. Dawkins places the ball. Throws the hand up. Lobs it down the field, goes straight in the air off the head of Gullickson. Gullickson comes down with it. Back to Mark Morris, though, but cleared out, nicely done by Cole Wagner. Back come the Monarchs, but ball taken away. Good decision to move forward. Kyle Radosevich gets the ball to Jason Osborne. Osborne is tripped, and there will be a free kick coming for the Spudders.
And you already see Ridgefield starting to make some plays, some quick give and goes that they're actually starting to work for them. So you had to see the Mark Morris midfielder make a foul, or else Ridgefield could have get one-on-one with the keeper.
Played in, header sent out. Fleury took the kick. Monarchs trapped the ball. Back to Fleury. Fleury tries to play it in, and there will be a almost big clearance. Wanted it to be bigger. Ball played high into the air by Ridgefield's Ethan Werchik. That ball is sent over everything, out of play. Goal kick coming. Flores will collect both balls from the long jump pit. Triple jump pit, one of the two. Taking the kick for the Monarchs is going to be Max Dawkins. Long ball down the field, goes off the head of Britton Gullickson. Gullickson gets it over to Radosevich, and he'll play it back to Vossenkuhl. Dodging the ball was Drew Williams. It'll go off a defender, and then Williams will get taken down from behind. Free kick coming for the Spudders. Osborne will come and help him up. Coming up to take the kick. See who moves up to take it. That'll be Jonathan Fleury again to take the free kick.
And again, it's the fact that Ridgefield has pretty physical guys. They're starting to get in there quick, and they want to make quick plays. Mark Morris has not responded to this little quick movements by Ridgefield fast enough, so they got to come back to this fouling strategy just to slow them down a little bit. Ridgefield's actually showing right now that they want to put a lot of pressure up top and actually control the pace of the game.
Ball played right back out of bounds and sent right back towards the sideline. Isaiah Guerrero comes over to it. Ball flicked over everybody's head and out of play. Ledesma Cruz, Ulysses sends that one out. Throwing in for Ridgefield is Vossenkuhl. Jesse. Ball sent it high into the air by Ethan West for the Monarchs. Towards midfield, played up by Scott Matthews. Matthews trying to run the ball back down, but Fleury gets there first. Middle of the field controlled by Riley Abrams. Abrams step over, still has the possession. Gets a back heel from Werchik. Back towards Abrams, to Gullickson. Gullickson lead pass down the sideline towards Abrams. Too long and out of play. Throw in coming for the Monarchs. Spencer Hall will throw in. Throw in. Goes right to the Spudders. Ball will get through somehow. Find Radosevich, who will just push it over the crossbar. Good shot by Kyle. Just missed the mark. Radosevich, the sophomore midfielder.
Yeah, Kyle just did a great job anticipating the play right there. He saw that they were going to pass the ball down to the middle. It was a bad pass. He went past the first defender and eventually just got to where Kyle was, and he just took that shot. He just went right over the goal. But not a bad idea, and it's like I was just mentioning. It's just the pressure that you're going to be putting, forcing those defenders to make mistakes.
Long run coming, and ball played out of bounds. It'll be a corner to Ridgefield. Spudders will have the first corner of the match. Ridgefield coming over to take it. Looks like that is going to be Drew Williams. Set to take the corner. Williams plays it in, trying to get over it. Was Gullickson. Couldn't put the leg high enough. And it'll be a throw in to the Monarchs. Monarchs coach goes and collects the ball down the hill. It's Harold West. Gives his team some advice before the throw in. Ball sent out of bounds. It'll be a throw in for Spudders. Abrams will throw in. No. Cole Wagner will move up to throw in. Wagner. Long throw in. Bounces forward, deflected, still up for grabs. Shot Osborne deflected, blocked by the keeper, and cleared out by the back line. Header up for in the air across midfield. Fleury will get a hard tap back, but he'll run it back down. Sidesteps one. Good play on defense by Fleury. Osborne tips it for Radisevich, couldn't get there. Back to Fleury it goes. Header sent over towards Abrams. Guerrero will send it out of play. Throw in coming for the Spudders.
Yeah, and that was a great save by the Mark Morris goalkeeper being on that 1-1. Eric Flores did a good job just sticking with it and not hesitating and just waiting till the last minute to make a collapsing dive, which keeps the score 0-0.
Ball goes into Eric Flores. He'll secure it. Long lob down the field. Trying to get it to Scott Matthews. Matthews couldn't get there. Ball will go back over to Britton Gullickson. Gullickson in the middle of the field. Tries to go to Radisevich. Cut off. Nicely done on the back line by Samuel Dawkins. Lead pass goes to Ethan West. West trying to win the ball back. Sent to midfield to Gullickson. Gullickson skies one. This one will go back towards Weirchick. Header to the middle of the field towards Osborne. Osborne will run it down. Jason playing it forward. Radisevich onside, but takes a hard tap. Too hard. Coming back is Ledesma Cruz. Ulysses makes a good play. Radisevich didn't make the best first touch, and Radisevich was able to make him pay for it. Flores, big drop kick down the field. Long pass forward intended for Ledesma Cruz, making a run of his own down the field. That is sent out of play by Vosenkool. And a sub will check in. Going out is Abrams. Checking in is Travis Scotch. Throw in is going to be moved back. Trying to sneak up a little too high up the field. Back down the field it goes. Far sideline trying to get Gotch involved right away. Monarchs will throw in. Guerrero to throw in, and they'll move him back a little bit too. Guerrero. Down the sideline, flick backwards. Fleury will get there first on the back line for Ridgefield. Fleury sends it down, and there will be too much contact away from the ball. Didn't see what happened. Scott Matthews and one of the defenders for Ridgefield feet tangled. That's Cole Wagner on the far side. Wagner went down, stayed down a little bit, and now he'll limp off the field. And it was completely away from the play. I didn't even see what they did. Might have got their feet tangled.
Yeah, I believe Scott Matthews probably stepped on the back of the Ridgefield defender. And, just kind of get those studs right on the back of your heel. So it hurts a little bit if you ever been in that position. But I don't know if I would have called that exactly a foul either, because if it wasn't intentional and Mark Morris had a chance of getting possession of the ball, I don't know what the call was really.
Caden Peterson checks into the match for Ridgefield. He will replace Wagner. Ball sent back up the field. Radisevich looking to set up Osborne. Has the crossing option. Goes to the middle instead, and that'll be cleared out high into the air by Spencer Hall. Sub will be made for Mark Morris now. See who's checking out. Looks like Juan Ramos Lopez will check in. He'll replace Ulysses Ledesma Cruz. Ledesma Cruz started out on the back line. He's made a couple of runs to the middle of the field. See what Ramos Lopez does. If he's going to be a backline player, if he's going to move up and down the field and help out this attack for Mark Morris, because they have needed some help in these runs. Ball played back to Vossenkuhl. He'll send it off the knee of Skylar Garcia. Throw incoming for Sputters. Vossenkuhl will run it down. Vossenkuhl, long throw. Header sent right back towards him, but Radosevich will get onto it. Sends a shot towards goal, but that's headed out. Still up for grabs. Ball will go back to the Sputters, to the far sideline, to Gotch. Travis looking for the cross. Cross sent towards the middle of the field, tapped away by Osborne. He'll spin. Osborne poked away. Still up for grabs, turning, shooting, no good. That was Drew Williams. Flores able to fall to a knee and grab that.
Yeah, and Eric Flores is doing a very good job of being patient and giving his defense a chance of actually pressuring the Ridgefield forwards and see if they can get the ball away from them before they take the shot, instead of being that desperate type of goalkeeper that we've seen before, that, you know, the defenders and the forwards are going at it and it's kind of a chaos inside the box. Goalkeeper decides to come out, and then eventually the ball just bounces in when there's no one in the back of the net. So, you know, Eric Flores has actually had a couple pretty good saves that has kept the score 0-0 so far.
Yeah, he has that patience, but you can see in their stat sheets that patience has bit him a few times. Mark Morris coming in, they have allowed 21 goals. They've only scored 20, so that defense has been a little shaky. Ridgefield, on the other end, has only allowed 8 goals on them all season.
Yeah, and looking at the stats, I believe, you know, Ridgefield has less goals allowed than Columbia River does. And
They're both at 8.
yeah, they're both. And overall, I believe Columbia has 11.
There's a shot towards goal, and there will be a free kick just outside the box for Mark Morris. Not sure what happened there. It was a shot that went from the end line. It's another play away from the ball. Lots of plays away from the ball being called here. Moving over to take the shot for Ridgefield, or for Mark Morris, will be Brandon Walker. Walker will back up. He'll test limbo early here. See if he takes a shot on goal or if he pushes it back. There's the whistle. Walker with the shot. Limbo will catch it. Taps it to himself. 23 minutes to go in the first half. No score. Mark Morris and Ridgefield. Josh gets a good drop kick down the field to Weirchick. Long play right back to him. Limbo will have another chance to set up. Big drop kick down the field towards Osborne. Guerrero will head it away. Flick back by Ridgefield. Ridgefield coming away with it. Drew Williams taps it to himself, trying to keep it in. Cannot. Ball went too high over his head. Couldn't manage to stop the goal kick. Taking it will be Max Dawkins. Max will back up. Sends it down the field. Header sent right back towards Osborne. The center of the attack. Osborne turns, trying to win the ball right back, but Mark Morris will come out of the pack with it. Over it goes to Walker. Walker taps it to himself. Gets it over to Skylar Garcia. Long kick up the field. Fleury puts a head on it. Trying to cover is Peterson. Caden will cover well and gets the ball to Gotch. Travis sends it long. And then we've got lobs back and forth between both sides. A real settle of play. Mark Morris trying to win the ball right back. Lots of hard touches. People flanking in the middle. Far side it goes to Ridgefield. Williams can't keep it alive. Too close to the sideline or the end line. Going back towards the corner flag. It'll be a goal kick again for Mark Morris. Sub will be made. Osborne will check out. Coming back in is going to be Drew Williams. No, not Drew Williams. Riley Abrams. Started out as a flanker. Now he'll play middle of the field. Almost gets an immediate touch. Radosevich will go to Abrams, and there's a handball on Abrams. Tried to flick it to himself, and it bounced right to his hand. Free kick coming for Mark Morris. Ethan West will take it.
One of the things that I've noticed so far for Mark Morris is the fact that their defenders, their backline, are struggling to put that ball in the air on dead balls or even just clearing the ball. They're coming straight to Ridgefield players in the midfield that are just putting it forward to Kyle so he can make his runs that he's used to making. So Mark Morris is struggling in the back, and if Ridgefield finds a spot or a slot where they can put the ball through, they're going to take advantage of it, and they might be able to score.
A little too physical there at midfield for Peterson and Dawkins. Sam Dawkins get tangled up. Dawkins gets the worst of it. Free kick coming for Mark Morris. Looking to reset is Ethan West. See if Ethan can't get this one up in the air, because as you said, they've all been low-line drives, goal kicks, free kicks. The only one that got up in the air was the nice free kick taken by Brandon Walker. Dawkins does get this one high into the air, but it'll go right to Fleury of Ridgefield. Guerrero will tap the ball away, and Peterson will clear it up towards Abrams. Abrams, 1-on-3, sends it to the middle of the field, but nobody trailing the play for Ridgefield. Sidestep by Guerrero. Guerrero loses the possession. Taken back by Abrams. Ball centered to Radosevich. Radosevich sends it back to Gullickson. Too long. It splits Abrams and Radosevich. Both of them making runs to the ball, but that was a little too hard, too much pace on it. Goal kick coming for Mark Morris. Ethan West will take the goal kick. With 18 and a half minutes to go in the first half, no score. Mark Morris and Ridgefield. West gets under that one, sends it across midfield. Matthews trying to back down his man. Scott will go down. Free kick coming for Mark Morris. He shielded off the first guy when he turned to run, feet tangled, and Matthews will take the free kick.
Yeah, and we've seen, it's towards the end of the regular season, so we noticed the referees they're being a bit more sensitive with what they call. So, things that don't look as tough, they're going to be calling it right now because they don't want kids to get injured before playoffs.
Here comes Matthews, straight on kick, right into the wall, missed it. Matthews pokes it forward. Offside flag should go up, and now it will. And there will be a free kick for Ridgefield. Offside flag went up. Taking the kick will be Fleury. Fleury, good play down the field towards Abrams. Abrams trying to win it against the defense, plays it back to the middle of the field. One touch to himself, one-on-one shot, missed it wide of goal, had a great chance. Jacob Neal, but pulled it across his body. Great opportunity, one-on-one, good sidestep. Just couldn't complete it.
Yeah, and Kyle did a great job putting that ball back on top of the 18 where the other forward for Ridgefield took a good touch cut in front of the defender and was one-on-one with the goalkeeper. He hooked it too much with his left foot, so he just went across the goal, but it was probably the best scoring opportunity that they had.
Matthews trying to run down a ball on the far side. Fleury will work the sideline. Matthews slides, tries to tip the ball over, but Fleury able to attack still. Throw in coming for the Monarchs. Dawkins throws in, tries to center. Ball sent to midfield. Abrams trying to run it down, sent high into the air. West will put a foot on it. Back it comes for Mark Morris. Fakes the long kick as Walker. Walker will try to push it up the far sideline. No good. Ridgefield will take over. Long run coming. Walker trying to run it down. Too long to the sideline between Werchik and Radosevich, and that ball will go out of play. Throw in down the sideline. Kept in play by Walker. Back to midfield it goes. Jacob Neal. Neal, long push down the far sideline to Gotch. Gotch taps it to himself. Can he keep it alive? He cannot. It will go out of play. Goal kick coming for the Monarchs.
Yeah, and one of the things that Mark Morris has been struggling with, besides just having those bad clearances, is the way that they're playing. They're doing too short passes, and they're trying to go long. Every time they try to go long, well, if your kicks are not getting up in the air, and you're just line driving every clear that you're trying to do, when you're after you get done doing your short, and you try to go long, it's just going straight to the feet of the midfielders for Ridgefield. That they started the counterattack right away with Kyle going forward and Riley Abrams making runs. So that's one of the things that, if you're Mark Morris, you need to start working on that. If you're coach, you're just talking to them and try to tell them to settle down a little bit, because right now Ridgefield's controlling that midfield. Pretty much they have 90% of possession when it comes to the 50.
Yeah, they've been doing a good job holding on to possession, sending him down the field. Mark Morris had a couple of good, decent runs, but so far they haven't really been able to send anything of significance down the field. Benjamin Muriaki checks into the match for Mark Morris. Ball centered by the Monarchs, nobody there. Taking it is Vosenkool. Vosenkool center goes to Abrams. Abrams chests it to himself, but he was 1-on-3. Ball played to the sideline, throw in for Ridgefield. Neal runs across the field to throw in towards Abrams. Guerrero will let it go, and then that will be a corner to the Spudders. Ridgefield will have their second corner of the match. Looks like it'll be Fleury setting up. No, it won't be Fleury. He's coming towards the back post. Drew Williams will take it. Williams inside. No, Williams will get on near post. No good. Settled down by Abrams. Pushes it back towards the sideline. Sidestep one. That was Gotch that took the corner, and Gotch will get another corner. Plays it off the leg of Ethan West. And Gotch will get another attempt at this corner from the far side. Looks like they'll go a different run this time. Nobody in the box for Ridgefield. Everybody going to come crashing in. As Gotch sets up, the wind picking up. Throws the hand up. Gotch punched out by Flores, up for grabs, and there was a handball before it hit Guerrero's hand on Ridgefield. So free kick coming. Sent down the field, flicked forward on offsides by just a hair was Matthews. Was waiting for it, but just a touch offsides.
Yeah, and it's starting to, you're starting to notice that Mark Morris is starting to settle down a little bit and actually connecting some passes also.
Ball to the middle of the field to Drew Williams. Williams goes to the far sideline, trying to keep it in. Was Mark Morris. It'll be another corner to Ridgefield, their fourth. And they've been sending in these corners. This attack is picking up, and it looks like Checking back in will be Jason Osborne. No, it'll be a goal kick.
Yeah, the center referee signaled to the sideline official that a flick of one of the forwards from Ridgefield, so it's going to be a goal kick for Mark Morris.
Are they going to allow the sub to check in? Yes, no, maybe. The sub will be allowed to check in. Osborne will check in for Abrams. I'm not sure why you wouldn't want both of them on the field at the same time with 11 minutes to go. They're both very fast, very skilled players. Long pass up the field. Ridgefield will have it. Gotch settles it down. Gotch looking for a play. Nobody moving down the field very quickly. Jacob Neal in midfield. Neal goes down. Trying to get a call, and he'll get it. Max Dawkins looks like he pulled the chair out from him, and Gotch went down on his own, but it'll be a free kick to Ridgefield.
Yeah, and it's one of those things, you know, I was mentioning earlier, referees right now are very sensitive with what they're calling. There's been a lot of plays where players are on their feet. It just looks like a shove, but no significant physical, you know, encounters. It's just been simple stuff that the ref has been calling. So it's been a very soft game so far.
And Fleury tried to put a shot on frame from about 60 yards out. Just falls over the crossbar. It was a good attempt. I don't think Flores was expecting it, but I think he would have been there if the ball had dropped a little bit more.
Yeah, Eric Flores, a goalkeeper for Mac Morris. He's actually a pretty decent-sized goalkeeper. He's built big, and he's actually pretty decently tall too. So I think he would have had no problems if that ball just came up to him up in the air.
Long play down the field by West. Ethan sends it up, trying to crush it down the field with Sam Dawkins, but it goes off the outside of his foot, and it'll be a throw-in to Ridgefield. Throwing in will be Jesse Vossenkool. Vossenkool gets it to Osborne. Osborne looking to keep it alive, centers it into the middle of the box and cleared out by Mark Morris. Muriaki will clear it out. Vossenkool to throw in. High throw in by Vossenkool, headed towards goal, and then it'll be a goal by Osborne. Osborne did not stop on the play. Flores knocked it down. Osborne kept his run up. And Jason Osborne, with 8 minutes to go in the first half, puts Ridgefield on top.
Yeah, and you know that header that Flores didn't catch and just spit it back out wasn't. It didn't have a lot of power. It didn't have a lot of anything behind it really. So I'm pretty surprised that as a goalkeeper, as well as you've been doing in this game, he wasn't able to just catch that one because he just looked like a simple header to the goalkeeper's hands.
Mark Morris trying to answer quickly. They'll send it too long. But, yeah, that was just a heads-up play by Osborne. Didn't stop his run. Made sure that the keeper was going to make a big play. He knocked the ball down on the first header. It goes right back to him. And Osborne able to head it back on frame. Puts it in the back of the net. And Ridgefield takes the 1-0 lead. Mark Morris trying to answer. A little too much contact there. Really trying to get down the field. Lots of throwing of bodies around. West clears it out. Back comes Ridgefield. Towards Matthews. Scott plays it through, trying to lead his man, but couldn't thread the needle to Max Dawkins. Back to Radisevich on the near sideline. Kyle gets it right back. That'll be too long. Played forward from Weirchick. Goal kick coming. Ethan West will take it. West backs up. Gets it down the field towards his man and Matthews. Matthews trying to get around the defender. Ball played out by Caden Peterson. Peterson came in when Cole Wagner went down. Peterson has played well on that far side of the field. Mark Morris, throw in to Matthews, trying to tap it to himself. Matthews a little too physical with Jacob Neal, and it'll be a free kick that Fleury will take. Fleury sent it up towards Osborne. Drew Williams redirected that with his shoulder. It will be taken by Mark Morris, pushed towards the sideline. Played backwards. Ridgefield trying to come back to it, and they will. Step over. Britton Gullickson to the middle of the field to Williams. Drew to the far side to Gotch. Travis picks up the tempo. Goes to Gullickson. Gullickson sets up low line drive, cut off by West. Still up for grabs though. Trying to tip it to himself was Neal. Neal gets dispossessed but comes back to it. And it'll be a throw in to Ridgefield. Neal will throw in. They'll throw it back to Vossenkool. Vossenkool, long lob towards Gotch. He'll put a head on it. That'll be well wide of goal.
Yeah, and it was a good idea of the cross. The forward for Ridgefield just kind of sneaked from behind the Mark Morris defender and was able to get a head on it, but that didn't have enough. It had power, it just had no direction to where he wanted to put it.
West will take the goal kick. West. Long one. Cut off by Ridgefield. Sent back up by Dawkins. Dawkins trying to get a pass forward to Spencer Hall. Matthews goes down, and there's a rocket, but it was after the foul, and it'll be a foul against Mark Morris. Goal kick, or free kick coming. Fleury will take it. Fleury backs up. Long play down the field from Jonathan Fleury. That'll go back to the keeper and Eric Flores. 4 minutes to go in the first half. 1-0. Ridgefield leads Mark Morris. This ball will go to the sideline. Throw in coming for the Spudders. Vossenkool to Osborne. Flick back to Radisevich. Radisevich trying to keep it alive, and he cannot. It was a good play. Nice flick back on the header. Radisevich trying to settle it down to keep it alive. Radisevich will come over and give his man a tap on the back. High kick called in the middle of the field. I don't know how you call a high kick there. He was all alone. There's no danger position. I don't know what that call was.
Yeah,
Radisevich will steal a ball in the middle of the field, though, for Ridgefield. Osborne trying to run it down. Ethan West will tumble onto the track, but he will clear the ball pretty well. Fleury up the field. Fleury, you can't give him room down the field. On these free kicks, he's lobbing them from 60 yards. You might want to put a man on him from deep. So he floats this one over. And there's a handball called. Falling backwards was Osborne. Header to the middle of the field. Williams heads it to himself. Drew keeps it alive. Drew tries to play it across to Radisevich. Radisevich lobs it towards goal. Low line drive, no good. And that ball is played out. Nicely done by Mark Morris.
And I'm really starting to like the way that Ridgefield is making plays on their final third with a lot of commitment going forward, with a lot of an idea. So it's good to see Ridgefield actually moving the ball as well as they're doing.
Ball around the end line. That'll go out. Should be a goal kick. And it will be a goal kick to Mark Morris. Osborne did a good job of getting in there, trying to get ahead on the ball. Goal kick Sent back down the field. Osborne trying to run it down. Cannot. Mark Morris down the field to Scott Matthews. Matthews gets around Fleury. Nobody trailing, though. Ball stays alive. Fleury gets there. Matthews comes back to it, and then he'll go down, waved off by the AR. It'll be a throw-in to Mark Morris. Taken too quickly and nobody there. Lindbo will easily grab that. Drop kick towards Williams over his head. It'll go to Radisevich. Kyle towards Williams. Cut off and cleared down the field by Mark Morris as Muriaki. Ball out of play off of the Spudders. Throw in Monarchs. Throw in quickly to Dawkins. Dawkins back heel taken by Ridgefield. Ridgefield putting on a run is Jacob Neal. Neal tries to center. Too long for Osborne. West cuts it off, but it'll go right back to the Spudders. High into the air. Still up in the air. West trying to get there. Gotch taps it to himself. Gotch turns, plays it off of a defender, in West. Corner coming for the Spudders. Somehow Gotch 1-on-3 able to fight through. And he'll earn this corner for Ridgefield. Can't be too much time left in the first half. Osborne right in the middle of the goal. He's shown that he could be an in-air threat. Gotch. Williams header wide over the crossbar. It was way too high. And they'll say, did it take a deflection? No, it'll be a goal kick. West will take it. West sends it down the field. Vossenkool gets there. Headed back towards Radisevich. Kyle tries to get it up. Will to Williams. Osborne offside. Flag is up on the far side. Offside flag went up. West will take the free kick quickly. And that is the half. At halftime, it is Ridgefield 1, Mark Morris 0 after a 32nd minute goal. That's right, 32nd minute goal coming off the head of Jason Osborne. We'll be back with the halftime show here on the Eli Sports Network. Back after this.
The Kentucky Derby is Saturday, May 6th, and Emerald Downs has the best Derby party west of Kentucky with live racing, mint juleps, and a ladies' hat contest. Gates open at 7 a.m., live racing starts at 2 p.m., and you can watch the Derby on the 1,100 square foot big screen. It's just $7 admission for adults, and everyone 17 and under gets in free, plus there's free parking available. Stay for the after Derby party in the new Clubhouse Casino with prize drawings, great drink specials, and 15 of your favorite table games. The casino is open 10 a.m. to 2 a.m. every day. Everyone 18 and older may wager on the races or play in the casino. Coming up May 14th, treat mom to a fabulous brunch and a day at the races on Mother's Day. Call 253-288-7711 for reservations. Go to emeralddowns.com for all the latest information on events and promotions. Located right off Highway 167 in Auburn, it's Derby Day, Saturday, May 6th at Emerald Downs.
The Visiting Nurses Foundation, in association with Assured Home Health and Hospice, provides essential services to home health and hospice patients and families. The Visiting Nurses Foundation funds programs, purchases medical equipment, and cares for the medically needy. You can help the mission of Visiting Nurses and get a great deal at the same time by shopping at the Visiting Nurses thrift shops in Centralia and Chehalis. Click on the ad on Eli Sports Network to the Visiting Nurses website for locations and more bargains. Visiting Nurses, there in your time of need.
The United Way of Lewis County is pleased to support the youth of our country in their endeavors in competitive sports and all extracurricular activities. We also support families through our many United Way agencies. Right now, it's an extremely important time for the United Way of Lewis County. It is our fundraising drive to help support the 16 agencies that serve the public. It's easy to help with a donation. Simply go online to lewiscountyyuw.com and make a direct donation or create a workplace direct donation campaign. The United Way of Lewis County, serving your needs today.
Realtor Tommy Lowe of the Green Realty Group is the proud sponsor of the ESN Players of the Game. Remember, when you're looking to buy or sell your home, you need a partner in real estate success, and that's Tommy Lowe. Tommy believes in community and is involved as a youth football and soccer coach while supporting high school students. This is the commitment you get as your partner in real estate success with Tommy Lowe. Call Tommy direct at 360-791-3854 or go to his website at TommyLoweRealtor.com. That's TommyLowe Realtor.com. Tommy Lowe is your partner in real estate success. Join me in welcoming Larry Levine, State Farm Agent, as our newest sponsor. Larry brings 30 years experience to his East Clark County business, which is located at 1900 Northeast 162nd Avenue, Suite D105 in Vancouver. Or call his office at 360-944-1150. Office hours are 9 to 5:30, Monday through Friday, others by appointment. Larry and his staff are extremely knowledgeable about all State Farm products, which will help to make your insurance decision a lot easier. Ask Larry to see his Golf Ball Hall of Fame, which represents the 110 courses he has played. Oh yeah, and by the way, Larry's always up for a round of golf.
Port Centralia supports all students in their endeavor to reach greatness from the classroom to the field. The Port Centralia knows our students are the key to our future, just like the Port can be the key to yours. The Port Centralia is located halfway between Portland and Seattle, with easy I-5 access both north and south and rail links. You'll find low taxes in Lewis County, affordable housing, good schools, and an innovative community college, all important aspects for your growing business. The Port Centralia has the space you need for manufacturing, warehouse, office space, and developable land. Retail owners, listen up. Our new Centralia Station 40-acre retail and office complex is coming soon. We have high-profile space for you right off I-5. For more information on Port Centralia opportunities, call us today at 360-736-3527 or go online to the Port Centralia website at portcentralia.com. Your business future awaits at the Port of Centralia. Pacific Sports Spa is now open in Chehalis. Are you an athlete, former athlete, or suffering from athletic-type injuries? Then you need to stop by Pacific Sports Spa and check out the most cutting-edge therapy equipment assembled in one place in all of the Pacific Northwest. Pacific Sports Spa can help you deal with the pain and soreness of sprains, inflammation, or stiff joints and muscles. Check out the services offered by Pacific Sports Spa on their website at pacificsportspa.com. Pacific Sports Spa is ready to help you get back in the game.
One half is now in the books, and we're ready for a recap with the halftime show. The best in high school sports coverage is right here on the Eli Sports Network.
And welcome back to the Eli Sports Network. Tony Davila here with Noel Vasquez. 1-0 at halftime. Ridgefield leads the Mark Morris Monarchs after a 32nd minute goal by Jason Osborne, a header deflected by the keeper and Eric Flores. Flores bats the ball down, doesn't catch it clean. Osborne doesn't give up on the play, running across, gets the header off the rebound, and the ball goes into the back of the net for the 1-0 lead. But Ridgefield has definitely maintained more possession, more shots, more pace. Ridgefield has dominated this game so far.
Yeah, and it's one of those games that you expect Ridgefield to actually come out firing on all cylinders like they have. One of the things that's been helping them and has benefited them is the fact that they're pressuring the ball up high. Kyle is putting a lot of pressure, playing on his number 9 position up and forward. And Riley Abrams, when he goes in there, he's also doing a lot of pressuring on the Monarchs defense. Now, Mark Morris's defense was struggling quite a bit for at least the first 30 minutes of the game on putting the ball up in the air and having some good clearances. Eric Flores, the goalkeeper for Mark Morris, was having a good game till the goal. You know, it was one of those plays that you just wonder how it happened because the ball didn't have a lot of power when it was coming straight at him, and he batted it down, and Abrams just kind of kept following the play, and he ended up scoring.
Yeah, it was one that the keeper has had pretty sure hands. Eric Flores has done a good job, and it wasn't, as you said, it wasn't the hardest deflection back to him. He probably should have caught it. There's no rain, but it happened. Goal goes in. Mark Morris tried to answer immediately, but they got shut down by this back line of Ridgefield that's played very well. Joey Vossenkool, Jonathan Fleury, Ethan Wycheck, Cole Wagner when he played in. See if he'll play in the second half. He went down with an injury, but Caden Peterson came in and played very well in his place. But this midfield for Ridgefield has been the difference maker. They've been able to get back, play a lot of defense, a lot of offense. They send the ball well to each other. They know where they like the ball played. They should at this point in the season, but it's nice to see teams that they're very good teams. The passing is crisp for both sides. It's just a matter of not trying to take those bumps and the falls and get the calls instead of just trying to play onto the ball.
Yeah, Ridgefield, like you said, they're playing really, really well in the midfield. And on the back line, let's not leave him out because Jonathan Fleury is actually doing a great job of putting those balls up in there. He took a shot from 60 yards out, and he barely made it over the goal bar. But, you know, the Ridgefield defenders are just working as hard as the midfielders. So we'll see here in the second half if they keep up the pace and keep up the pressure. And let's see if Mark Morris makes some changes so they can get back into this.
It will be something to look forward to for in the second half. All right, that will do it for the halftime show. When we come back, second half action between Ridgefield and Mark Morris from Ridgefield High School. Back after this on the Eli Sports Network.
Now that you're caught up on the stats and opinions with the halftime show, we're now just moments away from live action on the Eli Sports Network.
Centralia College is your college. Whether you are fresh out of high school, want to extend your athletic career, or are headed back to class for a new career, Centralia College is the place to start. The Centralia College Foundation can help you pay for your education. The foundation offers more than $500,000 in scholarships every year. An easy online application puts you in the running for more than $500,000 in scholarships and other financial aid. Why wait? The time is now to start. When you're deciding your future, remember Centralia College is your college. For more information, visit them online at centralia.edu. Centralia College, your college.
And welcome back to the Eli Sports Network. Tony Davila here with Noel Vasquez. Second half action about to get underway. GSHL 2A action between the Mark Morris Monarchs and the Ridgefield Spudders. Ridgefield holding on to that number 2 spot. Mark Morris, if they can win, they will shore up a spot in the districts. We'll see if they can come back and get that in.
You know, I'm excited to see how this game develops because after this game, we are going to go up a little bit and go do Woodland against
R.A. Long.
R.A. Long, and it should be another good one. It should be a game that you're kind of looking forward to because, like we said at the beginning of the broadcast, these games count a lot for a lot of these players. Columbia River already secured the first place, and these other teams are fighting for the second, third, and fourth place, and they only take 4-2 district.
Yeah, they only take 4 to these crossovers that will play against the EVCO 2A. And the way that R.A. Long, who comes in as the third place team, has played against the EVCO 2A, it's going to be a little scary for them against this very good league that is the GSHL 1 through 6 is obviously a very good team or a very good league here for the GSHL. Ball to the middle of the field towards Williams. Headers all around Mark Morris. heading the ball around. Mason Ringboom gets in there and clears it up. Back to Gotch it goes. Travis gets the start in the second half. Ball will come back towards him. And missing it and playing it out of bounds is Samuel Dawkins. Trying to throw into Osborne. Ringboom will let it go. Osborne puts on chase, but Flores gets there first. Big drop kick flicked backwards by Matthews. And Linbo, Joe, plays it down the field. Played up. Here comes Matthews. Matthews trying to get the lead pass, but Fleury gets in there and puts a foot in there before Ethan West can make his run. Westwood had a good opportunity, but Fleury made a better play.
Yeah, and then it's like we were just talking. Jonathan Fleury's having a good game in the defensive line, just helping Ridgefield move around and actually communicating with them very well, because he seems to be the one moving the back line where he needs to be. And Matthews for our Mark Morris is struggling to get around him right now, as far as we know.
Matthews goes down. He tried to get a call. He took his shoulder, but it wasn't as hard as he thought. And he goes down onto the top of the ball. Ball goes out of play. Long kick goes up the field. Taken right back, Mark Morris trying to lead Matthews. Fleury will cover. Fleury covering him, and that ball will go out of play. Goal kick coming for Ridgefield. Fleury will take it. They'll back up. Sub players will switch sides. Fleury. Radisevich puts a head on it, but nobody in the area, and that ball cleared out of bounds by the Monarchs. Throw in by Peterson, cut off by Mark Morris. West tries to center it. Fleury again, and West comes sliding in. West keeps the ball alive down the sideline. Fleury will trap it. Good long pass up the field, taken by the Monarchs. Brandon Walker. Back heel, no good. Radisevich throws in quick, trying to lead Williams. That ball will go out of bounds. Radisevich looking to throw in again. Kyle gets the pass from Williams, looking for the cross. Back it goes. Too hard of a first touch, but Sputter's trying to win the ball right back. Peterson will tip the ball out, and it'll go off of him. Skylar Garcia came across. Throw in coming for Sam Dawkins. Fleury sends it over his head. Garcia, back tap to himself, towards Matthews. Shield onto the ball. That's a big-bodied Britton Gullickson. Threw a hard shoulder in there. Ball cleared out of play. Back comes Ridgefield. Ridgefield with the ball. Jacob Neal. Neal trying to go down the sideline, cleared out by the back line of Mark Morris.
Jacob Neal's doing a good job in the midfield, moving the ball up and looking for Kyle at the end of it. But, you know, right now they're struggling with just processing Mark Morris' pressure, because now this second half of the game, Mark Morris started to be a bit more physical against them and just being more conservative with what they want to do. They're actually being able to get some passes going and not hesitant of just putting it up the field up in there to Matthews, which he's always alone. And every time Matthew gets the ball, he has no one to give it to.
Yeah, they're just long ball hoping that Matthews can do something. They sent West forward to help him out, but nobody has been able to help out so far down the field. Matthews, long ball too long for him to get there. First there is Fleury. Mark Morris, long pass again. Matthews offsides, doesn't even realize he's still offsides. As everybody stopped at the 50-yard line to let Matthews go by him. Throw in up the field. Boston Cool. Long lead pass towards Osborne. Osborne keeps it alive, but that'll go back to Mark Morris and Mason Ringboom. Over to Gotch. Gotch looking to cross towards Osborne. No good. Cut off by Mark Morris. Too long of a pass to the sideline, though, and Ledesma Cruz can't catch up to it. Quick throw in to Vossen Cool. Low line drive pushed high into the air by West. Up towards Matthews. Matthews and Britton Gullickson going at it. Matthews gets called. Free kick coming for Ridgefield. And Fleury will take it. We've seen Fleury take a shot from this spot. As the sub comes in. Spencer Hall checks back in. Out goes Ledesma Cruz. Long kick and a flick forward. Just got past everybody. He beat his own back line. Fleury with a long kick. Williams almost ran it down and put a head on it.
Yeah, and I think Drew Williams actually was there in time. He just mistimed the ball, and when the ball was going to get down, it's one of those things that when you're not used to getting crosses or balls floating in there from that distance, they don't have the timing, or you close your eyes, and then you just don't see it when the ball's going to get there. That's what it seemed to me, because there was two players for Ridgefield that could have been on top of the six and just misdirect the ball to a different location of the goal, and it would have been in.
Yeah, that was a great kick, and Fleury, if he's not going anywhere for soccer, he should definitely get a look at for being either a place kicker or just a guy that does kickoffs, because his foot is huge. Ridgefield with the possession down the sideline, and there's going to be a free kick. Too much contact from Vossenkool. Vossenkool doesn't like the call. Monarchs will have a free kick. Moving up to take it will be Max Dawkins. Dawkins will back up, throws the hand up. Lobs it in towards the goal, and Lindbow will catch that one clean. Joe throws it out towards Radisevich. Williams onside is Radisevich. Has a long run all alone going into the box. Radisevich will take a low shot, and that'll be saved by Flores. Flores did a good job of catching that one clean, because right there was Osborne, and streaking from behind was Gotch.
Yeah, but if you, Kyle, and you're running the ball down the line, you have multiple options coming in too. So I was very surprised that from that angle he tried to take a shot. Eric Flores did a great job on keeping possession of the ball and not spitting it out like he did when the goal happened.
Ball sent over to Gotch. Travis, chip it over the top to Williams. Williams gets the keeper out of the box. Still up for grabs. Osborne touch. Radisevich with the goal. Osborne to Radisevich. 2-0. Ridgefield leads. Kyle Radisevich from Osborne. Radosevich gets the goal. 11 minutes into the second half. 51st minute goal by Radosevich. Assist goes to Jason Osborne. And what a play down the field for the Spudders. Throw in coming for the Spudders right after the restart.
Yeah, that goal was actually a well-played goal. The ball was chipped right inside the 18. Eric Flores, the goalkeeper for Mark Morris, comes out. He gets beat on the ball. The ball gets put in the middle, and Kyle just comes in and pretty much just taps it in. Mark Morris tried to have a couple defenders slide in there, but came in a little too late.
A good play by Osborne. Osborne knew that he had a man in front of him, didn't take the shot. Instead, he sends it to Radosevic. And Kyle able to finish. Now he'll get the restart again near sideline. Plays it over to Williams. Williams crosses into the middle of the field. Back to Radosevic. Low line drive. Ball up for grabs and missed. Here comes Mark Morris trying to get a counter going. Long ball. Not in the area of Matthews, the only forward up for the Monarchs. This ball will go to Matthews. Scott sidesteps one. Taps it to himself. And then crosses the field. Long pass in. Linbo, easy catch that time. Skylar Garcia was in the area. Linbo plays it forward. Radosevic trying to run it down. And that ball will go up and out of bounds off of the Monarchs' Dawkins. Sub will check in for Ridgefield. Going out will be Peterson. Checking in is going to be Ethan Barnett. Osborne will check out and Abrams will check in. Free kick coming for Ridgefield. Fleury will come over to take it. Jonathan has a huge foot, sets up top header off the crossbar, no good. Just got under it, but hits the crossbar was Britton Gullickson. And that one will be cleared out by Mark Morris. No, it will be a corner to the Spudders. But what a header played. Fleury put it right on the spot. Gullickson came in, but couldn't get the finish. Gotch throws the hand up. Gotch, back post. Radosevic trying to get onto this one now. Radosevic keeps it alive. No, he'll let it go out. Quick throw in by Kyle. Back with it. Gets cut off. Radosevic cut off. Back to Fleury. Fleury has room. Chips it over towards Abrams. Abrams into the box. Shielded off by Dawkins. Max Dawkins, that is. Back to the middle of the field. Juggling it to himself was Vossenkool. Williams can't keep it alive. Ball goes out of bounds to the Monarchs. Quickly thrown in to Matthews. Matthews trying to work that far sideline. Fleury all over him. Matthews takes Fleury down. Matthews into the box. Low line drive. Chipper towards the goal, and there is a goal. Answer for Mark Morris coming in was West. Ethan West with the pass. Ethan West with the goal. 15 minutes into the second half.
And he just looked like a very, I'm not sure how I feel about that goal because he looked like he was right next to the goalpost, meaning that he was offside. So, in my opinion, from this angle, it looked like he was too far forward. But, the ref calls it a goal. They let it go and makes this game a bit interesting again for both sides. We go back to the header. The Ridgefield just had to hit the crossbar, and you saw those coming from a while ago because Rich has been winning everything that's coming across in the air. So let's see how this game ends up. Last time these two teams played each other, the score was 2-1 on Richfield's side. So it's the same score right now. Richfield's on top. We'll see how it finishes.
Ridgefield with a corner. Header missed. Ball goes right back, though, to Gotch. Gotch keeps it alive but can't keep it in. Came down with the axe kick, and the ball goes off of him and out of play. Throw in coming for Mark Morris. And played across the inline. Goal kick coming for the Monarchs now. It's 2-1 as we have a game now after Ethan West with the assist from Scott Matthews. Mark Morris sends it down the field. Abram trying to run the ball down. Ball centered. Matthews will stop his run. He was offside. He knew it. Skylar Garcia trying to get around the back line of Ridgefield. That ball will go out of play. Goal kick coming for Sputters. And Fleury will take it. Fleury sends it to the middle of the field. Guerrero trying to get around his man. Back to Mark Morris. Far sideline. Long run. Matthews offside. Tried to get back on and run it back down, but he could not. Offsides for Matthews. Free kick coming. Fleury will take it.
And Mark Morris starting to put some stuff together. I said it before. They came in here in the second half, pressure in Ridgefield quite a bit. You know, they came out a bit flat after that goal that they got scored, the second goal by Kyle. But after that, you know, they seems like they're regaining themselves and they're starting to look more alive. They're starting to be a bit physical, matching up with how Ridgefield's playing against them. And they're actually being able to place the ball to Matthews up top. Matthews had that assist to Ethan West. And it wasn't just because it was a fluke on that assist. He actually ran it down, put a lot of pressure on those defenders, beat Jonathan Fleury, and was able to get that cross.
Yeah, West clears it high into the air, and you see the back line switching off and on as moving over for Mark Morris was Mason Ringboom. Ringboom following Gotch everywhere he goes. Matthews with a header and a goal equalizer. Matthews overruns a ball, and Matthews able to get there. Long ball down the field. Lindbow makes a dive, but Matthews gets the goal and the equalizer. In the 58th minute, Matthews with the goal for Mark Morris. We are tied.
Yeah, and I just mentioned it a couple seconds ago before the goal happened. Matthews is putting a lot of pressure. That was a ball straight up in the air that one of the Ridgefield defenders should have just been able to clear it, maybe head it out to the side. He decided to play it and try to control, and Matthews comes from behind him, takes the ball away from him. Limbo, the goalkeeper for Ridgefield, tries to come out. Doesn't make the best decision. I mean, you're coming back from a head injury as a goalkeeper, and your first instinct, the first thing that you do, you're going one-on-one against somebody with the same type of play that you got injured. So your instinct is not to go 100%. You think twice about it coming from an injury, especially a head injury. So,
and this is your first start back. It's going to take a little time. It's like with the guys that have knee injuries and football that they say that hardest thing to do is you know that your knee should be okay, but you can't make that cut because it's in your head that you can't. You've been trying to do it, and you just go down.
Yeah, so it's going to be one of those things for Limbo to get used to again and try to lose that fear of coming on one-on-ones, because as a goalkeeper, that's one of the biggest keys to your success.
Max Dawkins taking this free kick. Dawkins throws the hand up. Dawkins high into the air. Matthews does put a head on it, but it'll go right into one of the backline players for the Sputters. Ball will go out of bounds. Throw in coming for Mark Morris after a sub will be made. Abrams will go out. Osborne will check in. Matthews will check out. He'll get a breather. Checking in for him is Julian Valenciano. Mark Morris, centers, trying to go right to Valenciano. Williams can't catch up to the pass for the Sputters, but they'll send it forward to Gotch. Gotch saves it on the sideline, but coming back to it for the Monarchs was Ramos Lopez. Able to save it back, but then the long ball down the field goes out of play. Throw in for the Spudders. They'll throw in to Flurry. And Jonathan destroys that thing down the field. Williams trying to run it down. Up in the air, Osborne knocks the ball away. Gotch with the shot, and he's blocked. Great block by Guerrero. Got a foot in there, Isaiah Guerrero, and then leads the counter down the field. Throw in for the Monarchs. Flurry will send it to Gullickson. Gullickson high down the field towards Osborne. Flicks it back. Gotch trying to run it down. Flores will get there first. Eric rolls it out wide. Goes to Sam Dawkins. Sam tips it to himself. Radosevic plays it back to Osborne. Tried to tip it around. Radosevic still with it. Radosevic sidesteps one. He'll keep it alive. To Osborne, back heel to himself. Gotch can't turn. That ball will be cleared up. Radosevic will save it, but it'll go off of him. Dawkins will send it off of him and out of play. Throw in for the Monarchs. With 17, just over 17 minutes left in regulation, we are tied at 2-2 after 2 second-half goals for Mark Morris. West and Matthews both score. Cross into the box for the Spudders. Caught by Flores. Flores will slow things down. Drop kick to the back line. Flicked backwards. And that'll go out of play. Throw in coming for Mark Morris. Deep in Spudders territory.
Yeah, there's no one around you for that back line. Around that back line on Ridgefield's back line after that punt by Eric Flores. They just flicked it backwards. He just gave him more real estate to work with, putting it back more in their final third for Mark Morris and being able to actually make some plays out of it. Right now, the momentum has shifted to Mark Morris, and they're being able to put some balls in the box. Richfield's been struggling to clear some of those plays coming into their final third.
There's a lot of contact on the far side, and there will be a free kick to Mark Morris. And Mark Morris does a good job of, as Benjamin Muriaki looks like he might have gotten hit in the mouth, gets held back by one of the teammates, and he'll get talked to by the coach to calm down. Now he'll make his way towards the box. Free kick coming for the Monarchs. Taking it will be Max Dawkins. Max will hook around, goes short, trying to go to Sam Dawkins. His cross is no good, and Flurry will clear. Osborne in the middle of the field. Long pass. Osborne trying to outrun the back line. Jason taps it to himself. Flick over. Keeper doesn't come out. Flores does slide on time. Gotch trailing the play. Couldn't get there in time. And Flores able to make the save. Rolls it out up top. Long pass over the head of Flurry. Keeper at the top of the box, and Flurry does a good job of jumping in front of his man in Valenciano. If Valenciano would have been able to even get a touch on that, keeper was out of position, and Valenciano would have scored.
Yeah, and like I said, they're looking for those counterattacks. They're not actually trying to make as many plays as you would think. They're just trying to, because they know that Richfield's being a bit more physical. They're the stronger, the more athletic guys out of these two teams. So, right now I think Mark Morris is just trying to play the strategy of the counterattack. It's like, I know that you can beat us on speed. We know that you have the strong kicks. We know that you have Kyle that's a pretty skilled forward. So we're just going to wait till you make a mistake so we can go and counterattack.
Radosevic on the far side. Back to the middle of the field to Williams. Williams play through to Gotch. Gotch one time, no good. Didn't get contact with the ball. Goal kick coming for the Monarchs. Dawkins will take it. Sub will check in. Radosevic will check out. And Abrams will check back in, add speed up top. But he will look like he will play a defensive midfield role. See what he does.
Yeah, but looking at Kyle on the sideline, he's grabbing inside his thigh and trying to stretch something else. He's walking, so it doesn't look good for Ridgefield because he's one of their most skilled forwards.
Abrams takes the ball, makes a touch, gets it towards Osborne. Osborne can't outrun it. Ball will deflect off of the official. Back it comes to Gullickson. Britton taps it to himself. Ball lays down, and it'll roll all the way back to midfield. Boston Cool. Long lead pass, handball in the box, not called. Turning is Gotch. Gotch taps it to himself, trying to blow by one. Gotch looking for the cross, tapped to himself again. Cut off and cleared out. Nicely done by the Monarchs, Ethan West. Ball will go out of bounds off of West. As checking back in was Caden Peterson. Peterson played a lot of the first half on the back line, and he has a big body back there that can shield off some of these runs that have been made by Mark Morris. Matthews will check back into the match for Mark Morris. Brandon Walker will check out. Throw in coming. Peterson will throw in. Caden gets it in to Drew Williams. Possession taken. Right back by Gotch. Travis flicks one high into the box. Flores, it'll go over his head. Flores just mistimed it. Ran under the ball, and Flores, don't know what he was doing, but the Spudders will take it, and Travis Gotch. Gotcha. Wow, I don't know what Flores was doing. He ran under the ball, and he just didn't put his hands up.
Yeah, he didn't jump up. He didn't look up. He just ran towards the ball. The ball bounced in front of him, and it wasn't something out of this world. It wasn't something that you couldn't done. You know, it was something that you just needed to put your hands up and catch it. So I don't know if he might have gotten a signal from his defensive line that it might have been a pass back or something like that. It didn't look like it, of course.
An offsides that
or
he
an
didn't keep.
offsides or something, but it didn't look like there was any of that. You know, it's been mental right now for Eric Flores. We saw it on that first goal where he had the simple mistake of not catching the ball and tossing it back, and then they came and finished. And right now you have this second goal that they scored like this where you know your goalkeeper is not thinking things through. You know, Coach Harold West for Mark Morris, you know, he was feeling pretty good because I just noticed he puts in Matthews in and leaves Julian Valenciano, and they're two fast guys, two good forwards, and that's not a mix that he had. So it makes you think he's starting to strategize and make your team better, but you got simple mistakes, communication issues that are going to affect you at the long run. So just when you thought the momentum was going on your side, Eric Flores lets one bounce over him and it just goes in.
Gotch sends in a prayer, and it is answered because that was a slow floater that was easily played. And Flores, not sure what happened, what was said, if they thought that someone was offside when it was played, so it didn't go on. But here comes Valenciano, shot and save. Limbo makes a big save. There is a corner, but Valenciano put a rocket on the goal.
Yeah, and Jonathan Flory had probably the best first half because right now here in the second half he's been struggling a lot. Julian Valenciano just comes in and takes a ball away from Flory like nothing, takes a shot, but the goalkeeper responds with a big-time save.
Now Valenciano will take the corner. Valenciano, high back posts, cleared out by the Spudders. Matthews will try to send it back in, and Fleury will destroy that one out of play. 9.5 minutes left in regulation. Throw in coming for the Monarchs. Ethan West will throw in. It'll go to Valenciano. He'll almost lose the possession. He'll play it back. Long ball down the field towards Dawkins. Sam Dawkins couldn't run it down. A little too long for him to get there. Throw in coming for the Spudders. And Fleury will throw in.
And you can see Kyle Radosevic starting to warm up again because, right now Mark Morris is going to try to do everything. So I believe Coach Brian Newman is just trying to put this game away. He knows that the way the Mark Morris defense has been playing here in the last few minutes, and you put Kyle in there again, you might have a chance to just put this game away.
Yeah, and it's an interesting tactic for Mark Morris because they have Scott Matthews playing a defensive midfield role. He's playing the stopper. He's not even playing up top that he's been playing all game long, and now they will make that switch as going out as Valenciano, and Matthews will move up the field as a striker. But I'm surprised him and Valenciano weren't playing up top at the same time with each other.
Yeah, that would have been a big change for them because now you have two pretty athletic forwards that you take some pressure off Matthews, and Julian Valenciano can split how many defenders they get chased by instead of just Matthews having everybody with them.
Osborne goes down, and there will be a free kick for the Spudders, and there will be a yellow card issued to Mark Morris as Isaiah Guerrero for kicking the ball after the whistle was blown. He'll get that yellow for a delay of game.
And you wonder, why would you do that when you're down in score, right? You see a lot of these kids nowadays just do it out of frustration and thinking about it when this is affecting you in the long run.
Fleury will take the free kick. Fleury has scored from this area before. This is where they got the little header in last time. See what Fleury does. Goes towards the back post, punched out by Flores, and it will be a corner to Ridgefield. The goal in the 51st minute was a free kick taken by Fleury. It was a chip over that goes off the head of one guy in Neal, and then Neal gets the flick over, or not Neal, to Osborne, and then Osborne finds Radosevic. Gotch takes the corner, and high over everything, got too far under the ball was Gullickson. Goal kick coming. And there's going to be a yellow issued to Gullickson. He must have said something. Didn't see what happened, but Gullickson will pick up a yellow. He must have said something on the field, maybe taunting or not sure what happened.
Yeah, it's one of those calls that you just wonder as they happen. But, I mean, when you don't see contact, you don't see anything by the referee walking to the player, that's when you kind of just assume that he just said something to the referee, complain about a pull, and it's not the first time he's been doing it. Or, he might have been taunting to the other team, talking a bit of smack. But, it happens more often than not. Some referees, they're just not too worried about it unless it's directed and offensive to somebody.
Yeah. There will be a throw-in for Mark Morris. Mark Morris running out of time here, under 5.5 minutes to go in regulation, down 3-2. They came back from 2-0, tied it up, and this ball will be sent out up top but couldn't handle the pass. Spinning is West, and he'll fall down, ball out of play. Mark Morris lost a chance. With the ball is Osborne. Jason tries to center. Ball will come back towards Osborne, but cleared out by Max Dawkins. Boston Cool trying to keep the ball alive. He will, but it'll go right back to Scott Matthews for Mark Morris. Takes too hard of a first touch. Out of play. Subs will check in for the Monarchs. Out goes Sam Dawkins and Spencer Hall. Coming in for Mark Morris, Skylar Garcia and Brandon Walker. Ball thrown over the top. Williams, Drew will cross. Nobody over there. He thought someone would be streaking down the far side. Nobody was on that side of the field. Flores had an easy catch. Drop kick goes over the head of Matthews. Fleury flicks it backwards to the keeper. Linbo. Big drop kick down the field. That ball sent back down towards Osborne. Gotch goes up. But getting onto it first is Walker. Walker plays down the sideline. Gullickson to the middle of the field. Guerrero can't center. Ball goes to Gotch. Gotch sidesteps one. Goes to Drew Williams. Williams wasn't expecting the pass, but he will win the ball. Gotch back to Williams, who's onside. Williams taps it towards the corner flag. Stops and loses the ball out of play, trying to kill some clock out. But tapped the ball out of bounds instead. With 3 minutes to go in regulation. Center to the middle of the field. High ball down. Taken by the Monarchs. And there's going to be a handball called on the Monarchs. And apparently the Mark Morris coach said something, and there was a whistle, and he is not happy right now about something.
Yeah, it was a clear handball. I think the frustration for the Mark Morris coach is the fact that the ref took about half a minute just to call that after the play was developing. So as a coach, I'm pretty sure he got frustrated, said something he shouldn't. But we have Fleury here with the kick.
Fleury, line drive, nobody on to the end of it. Dawkins will clear that one out. Gullickson to Peterson. Peterson tried to go to the middle of the field. Peterson will get it right back. Caden will lose it. Walker sidesteps one, and is there a free kick? There is for Mark Morris. Two minutes left in the match. We're in that stoppage time. Mark Morris will have a free kick. Max Dawkins backs up. Dawkins. Puts it in the middle of the field. Fleury lobs it right back down. Nobody in that area. Flores will have the easy scoop. Eric, drop kick. Gullickson sends it back. Lots of contact. Play on. Mark Morris to the sideline too hard off the foot of Muriaki. Throw in for the Spudders. Vossen to Williams, Drew. And there's a lot of just bodies going on the ground now. Very chippy between these two. Ball out of play. Throw in coming for the Spudders, and they'll take their time going to run the ball down. There's the spare ball. And Vossen will throw in. Vossen goes short to Williams. Floated to the middle of the field. Header straight into the air. Osborne trying to get an answer. Osborne settles the ball. Gets kicked in the face. Osborne down. There should have been a call for that. There is a couple of high kicks right towards Osborne's face. And he's holding his side now. That'll end up being a goal kick, I believe, for Mark Morris. Osborne looks like he got the wind knocked out of him. He gets up, puts his hands on the top of his head. And it'll be a corner to the Spudders. And Gotch will take it.
And this is probably going to be either the last play of the game or one of the last plays of the game if the ref decides not to add. He knows he's getting a bit chippy, so we'll see.
Gotch. Floater in.
Oh.
And
I think he called somebody jump on someone's back from Ridgefield onto the Mark Morris's player, so immediately killed the corner kick. The ball hadn't even landed, and he was already called a foul.
Already over. It was a well-played ball, too, on that corner kick. Whoever used the body as leverage didn't really need to. That ball was behind everybody, and it looked like going to get a clear shot. On the near side of the field was going to be Weirchick. Throw in. Williams taps it away. Osborne to Weirchick. And Guerrero will clear backwards. Pushed up the field. Drew Williams turns to Gotch. Gotch looking to play it in. Gotch. Middle of the field towards Osborne. Williams will cut it off. Osborne comes from behind, taps the ball away. He'll go down. Long ball on the run is Matthews. Matthews trying to beat his man, and he cannot. Played out of bounds. Nicely done by Jacob Neal.
Yeah, and I think Neal saw what happened to Fleury in the last play where Matthews scored, so he just decided to play it easy and just clear the ball instead of letting Matthews get control of the ball and score like he did the last time.
West tries to send it in. Gotch goes down. Gotch stays down. Lots of bodies around. Matthews still with it. Matthews spins. Matthews still on the ball. Gotch still on the ground. And Gotch is still on the ground. Not sure how we have this much stoppage time. There were 3 goals scored. There wasn't a whole lot of injury time. And Gotch on the ground. He'll get up. I like how guys go to immediately start to think it's a cramp and start yanking on things. Yeah.
Yeah, when you don't know if it's a knee injury or an ankle injury, they always think it's a cramp, and then you can, if that person's really injured, you're gonna put him in a lot of pain.
Radosevic checks back in. Throw in coming. Throwing in will be Ethan West. West with the long throw in. Matthews tries to flick it over, and Lindbo punches that out, and that is full time. At the end of the match, Ridgefield comes away with the 3-2 win over Mark Morris. We'll be back with the postgame show here on the Eli Sports Network right after this.